All right guys, welcome back to the studio. My name is Kevin. Today I want to show you guys something that you guys have been asking for a long time. We finally have the Pistol MP2. So as you guys know, our single rifle magazine pouch holds a variety of magazines, AR, AK mags, and they have that positive tactile click when you insert the mag. The new Pistol MP2 does the same thing. So it holds a variety of magazines from 2011 to Glocks to P320s. They all retain with an excellent amount of force, but just enough that when you pull on the magazine, it snaps and releases. You can hear when the magazine clicks into place. There's a very audible click when it drops straight in, and same with when the magazine comes out. And what's cool is typically you have your standard bullets forward orientation, but you can actually put it in 90 degrees for a bullet outward orientation. The new MP2 handgun insert is molded from a polymer, so rather than a piece of Kydex that's just folded with some heat, we tightly control the exact shape of this insert to accommodate a variety of different magazines. The bottom of the pouch is fully enclosed, so there's no risk of this insert blowing out the bottom. And at the top of the pouch here, we actually took the time to hem this edge over, so it's kind of like a flared magwell, if you will, at the top of your magazine pouch. It makes re-indexing very, very easy. There's no risk of this material collapsing in and folding on itself, like you might see with some of the other pouches out there. And also, we do still keep the loop at the very front here and in the back, so if you want to run a bungee system, you can still do that. We'll not only have a single pistol pouch, but a double magazine pouch as well. So the new pistol pouches, they will come with our Mandible straps. Some of you guys are probably familiar with this. It's a proprietary hook and loop laminate we use specifically for attaching to belts. Additionally, we have our angled Mandible straps. This lets you put the magazine at a 45-ish angle to more ergonomic draw. So that combined in conjunction with a bullets out draw is actually a personal preference of mine. I know a lot of competitive shooters prefer that. Some guys like it for when you're seated in a vehicle, it gets out of the way of your plate carrier, it sits a little lower. It does come at the expense of it takes up more real estate on your belt. So it's all a matter of what it is that you're looking for. If you're looking for something that's more ergonomic, do that. If you're trying to save space, go vertical mandibles. The other thing that we're coming out with are MOLLE straps. So you'll notice in the back of these pouches, it's just a 1/2-inch MOLLE field, 3 inches of MOLLE, but you take the strap and you can actually affix it to any PALS MOLLE compatible surface. All right, so now I'm gonna show you guys how to install our pistol pouch onto a belt. So for belt installation, we highly recommend using our vertical mandibles. These attach to any 2-piece belt system, not just the D3 belts. Any belt system that uses hook and loop to attach to an inner belt, the mandible will be perfect for. So you'll start by inserting the tab into the top MOLLE slot. And what you're gonna wanna do is run it through 2 inches worth of MOLLE. So because this is 1/2 inch, you're gonna go through a total of 4 different slots. So I'm gonna take these forceps here, bring it in underneath just to make it easier for me, and pull that through. You wanna make sure the loop side is facing you when you're looking at it, and just cinch it down like that. Bring the belt over, just like that. Start by folding the larger end of the tab over, and then you're gonna bring the small tab through the slit on the big end and just pull. Now you wanna make sure you're not pulling this way. If you do that, you'll probably tear this. It's not meant to take any force that way, but it will keep the mandible super secure once it's in place. Let's go ahead, pull that down, and there you go. So that is how you attach our new pistol pouch to a 2-piece belt system. You see the pistol mag sits nice in there like that. And like I was saying earlier, to rotate the insert 9 degrees, there's the button on the bottom here. You just pull the material out around it, turn the insert 9 degrees. So you're gonna use your fingernails and kind of just press the material back into the recess underneath the button. And now you have the magazine oriented bullets out. So we can now talk about the angled mandible, same kind of concept where you start from the top MOLLE slot. And again, you want to make sure you only go through 2 inches of MOLLE, no more and no less. And again, loop side facing you as you're installing it. Drop this as far as you can. Rows of MOLLE at 1/2 inch for 2 inches total. Grab onto the end of it and go ahead and pull that through. So once you have that on there, same concept, stick the mandible here, rotate around. And so now you have the magazine angled and bullets out. But again, if you want to swap back to bullets forward, it's as easy as pulling the insert back out, rotating, securing the button on the bottom there, and just putting your magazine back in. And it's really as simple as that. You can swap between the two on the range without even taking your belt off. All right, so now I'm gonna show you guys how to attach the new pistol pouch to a MOLLE base. So right here, I have the thorax cummerbund, and we're gonna use our new MOLLE strap to do this. So start by taking this end right here, again, starting at the top of the pouch, and you're gonna go through 1 inch of MOLLE, just like that, and push a little bit past that actually, and then hook the thermoplastic material up just like that. It's important that the parts that are grommeted, they're underneath this material. You'll see why in a second here. If you have it up on top, you're not gonna be able to MOLLE it, so make sure it looks exactly like this when you go to install it. So moving to our cummerbund here, put it through the webbing, just like that. And then you're gonna weave it back in 1 inch below where this was, which is why you need that tucked in underneath itself. And after another inch, pull it back out. And you wanna make sure that the grommets aren't snagging each other. And now you feed it back to the next row of webbing. Again, pair of pliers makes this way easier. And now the tail just tucks back into the pouch itself. So just like that, you now have your new pistol pouch attached to the cummerbund. Super easy to install with their new MOLLE straps. Again, use the MOLLE straps for a MOLLE interface. Use the Mandible straps for a 2-piece belt install. All right, guys, so we've gone over the technical details of the new pistol pouch. So now I want to show you how I personally like to set up my pouch. So you can see here, I have the angled mandible. Angled mandible is great because if you're wearing a plate carrier, the bottom of your plate bag is less likely to bump into the top of your magazine, especially when you have an extended base pad. And ultimately, I find it's great for a reload draw. When I have the bullets out and on the angled mandible, there's a lot less rotation of the wrist to get the magazine to go into the pistol. You can see how much easier that is, and it just flows a lot better. So at the end of the day, this is my preference. You got to find what works for you, whether it's angled or vertical, bullets out, bullets forward, singles or doubles. We have an option with the new pistol pouch. So check it out on our website, haleystrategic.com. Again, I'm Kevin with Haley Strategic. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.